Okay, good morning, guys. So I'm very excited because today we are starting our project for the end of our unit on American government. Our project will be to write letters to our representatives. Like I said yesterday, we will actually be sending our letters to our representatives. So we'll be sending the letters to our congressperson or sending the letters to our senator. So today we're going to brainstorm about what kind of topics we'd like to write for our letters to our representatives. And you guys are also going to spend some time finding the resources that you need to use to do research on your topic before you write. Today, tomorrow, Friday, as well as through spring break, you will only be doing research on your topic that you want to write about for your letter. When we come back from spring break, we'll begin the process of actually writing the letter. So don't worry about actually writing the letter yet. Between now through the end of spring break, you guys are simply going to have time to do research on whatever topic you choose. So today, in today's lesson, we're going to focus on how you do that research about whatever issue you'd like to write about in your letter. I will be able to identify which issue I would like to write about in my letter to my representative and gather relevant resources on that topic. So we've talked about this term representative a lot this unit. We've said a representative is just a leader. We know there are lots of different representatives in our government that we could write to. A lot of us will probably be writing though to our congressperson. Remember, Congress is made up of two groups. We can write to our senator, or we can write to the person who represents us in the House of Representatives. Most of us will probably take this route and write to one of these two groups of people. In our learning target today, it also mentions gathering relevant resources. So resources can be videos, they can be articles, but especially during this time of online learning, everything is going to be coming from online. Now, sometimes it can be tricky because when we're working with online resources, we might not know whether a resource is trustworthy or not. We might not know if we can trust it or not. In order to figure out whether an internet resource is trustworthy or not, we use the CRAP method. You might have remembered this. You might remember this from the COVID-19 project, okay? So the CRAP method is a way of testing, is this source trustworthy or not? When you're using the CRAP method, you want to follow the various steps of CRAP when thinking about, is this source trustworthy or not? So first you have to think to yourself, is the article I'm looking at, does it meet the test of currency? Is it recent? Was it published recently or was it published like 10 years ago? If it was published 10 years ago, maybe the information in it isn't super useful to understanding the issue today. So our first test should be to look for currency. We have to find the date the article was published and think to ourselves, is this information recent enough? Is it recent enough? Then we've got reliability. Sorry guys, reliability. When you are thinking about whether the article is trustworthy or not, you want to think about reliability. Reliability has to do with the quality of information. The quality of information. Does the source have a lot of statistics in it? Does it have a lot of numbers? Does it have data? Does it have quotes from experts? What kind of information does this source include? If it includes reliable information, high quality information, that's another sign to you that, hey, this article probably is trustworthy. So far you've thought through currency, whether it's recent, you've thought through reliability, the quality of information. Now we want to think about authority. Authority is the source, authority has to do with the reputation. Oh my goodness, sorry guys. The reputation I'm going to move in a minute, the reputation of the source. The reputation of the source. Is the website you're looking at, does it have a reputation of being trustworthy, of having good information? An easy way to tell, and this is listed on your craft graphic organizer, but an easy way to tell authority is the way the website ends. If it ends in .com, unless it's a news source, generally we don't like .coms, we don't want to trust them. If it ends in .edu, that's usually a sign to us that good, we can trust this resource because it comes from a college, a university. If it's .gov, that's another sign that it's trustworthy because it comes from the government. There's more information on authority, on reliability, more description in that craft graphic organizer that you have at your disposal today, that you have included in your packet for today. But that's a quick overview. When you're thinking about authority, you want to think about the reputation of the source. Does the website I'm looking at that includes this article, does it have a good reputation? You can tell whether the reputation is good or not by looking at the ending of the source. The last test for figuring out whether an article is trustworthy or not is the P, purpose. Is the article trying to sell you something? If the article is just trying to sell you something, then it might not be the most trustworthy source. For example, if the article is trying to sell you an iPhone, if you can tell from the website there's a lot of advertisements for iPhones or other Apple products, and the article is talking about how iPhones make you 23% smarter. At first, that might sound like a really nice statistics. It might sound like, oh, high quality information. But if you're looking at the website and it's clear that the website's just simply trying to sell you stuff, you might want to be cautious. Think to yourself, is that statistic really true? Is the information in this article really true? Or are the people who made this website simply trying to sell me stuff? Is that their purpose? So when you're thinking about whether that article is trustworthy or not, you're thinking about currency, reliability, authority, purpose. You are using the exact same research graphic organizer that you have used before. So let's go over what you actually should accomplish today. So you've used this exact same research graphic organizer before. At the top of your research graphic organizer, you'll notice that I included the CRAP method graphic organizer to help you so that you can constantly refer to it. Your research graphic organizer, and I'm just going to do this to make it a little bit easier for us to read. Your research graphic organizer is on the following pages. You'll notice that there are a total of 6 rows in this research graphic organizer. To complete this research graphic organizer, to complete your research on your issue, you need to fill in 5 of these rows. The area I just highlighted is called a row. Directions. Using the CRAP method to support you, complete 5 of the following 6 rows of your research graphic organizer. Use this link to the resources page. This page includes relevant articles on the topics you will be writing your letter to your representative about. Let's click on the link to the resources page. When we click on it, we will see a number of different categories that might be of interest to us in our letters to our representatives. Some people might want to write about immigration. Other people might want to write about gun ownership or gun control. Some people might want to write about fair pay. You will notice that under each category, I have included a number of articles. Each of these blue links or each of these blue titles are actually links to a website with trustworthy articles on whatever topic you have chosen. You'll notice that for each category, there are only 3 to 4 sources, but on your research graphic organizer, it said you have to complete 5 rows. That means that you can fill in the first 3 rows simply by using the articles I have provided, but then you are responsible for finding 1 to 2 articles on your own. Your only goal today is to find all 5 articles that you will use. That's your goal. You don't need to fill in the row. You are simply filling out this first column, name of source/author. You find your article that you're going to use, write the name of the source and the author. That's your goal by the end of today.